Alrighty, this level of train wreck this morning definitely screams happy Vlogmas day 3. I'm just going to open up a skein of yarn and then tell you what it is that we're doing today. One of the things that'll happen is I will have to do my hair. Okay, so today is a hot pink mini skein and some stickers that say homemade and a picture of a sunset, which is very cool. But then so I've got kind of a reddy pink and then a medium hot pink and now a super hot pink. I don't know how they'll all go together, but I'll lay them out at some point. Okay, so the plan this morning, so many things to do, like it's kind of crazy, but mostly we're going to a vineyard to do a wine tasting. And if it sounds like I'm not excited about it, I'm not really a wine drinker. I grew up working on vineyards and developed some very bougie tastes about wine. And now I just don't really drink it. I like cocktails. I like cocktails. I like a fancy umbrella. Yeah, I'm that girly. And I like a standard golden lager. Those are my drinks of choice. But we're doing that mostly because they've asked for a performance or 2 or 3 next year. And I'm checking out venues. But anytime I say I'm checking venues, people go, oh, and I'm like, no. It's kind of like I'm doing a work trip, but I'm having a free wine tasting. Yeah, so that's coming up, and I might try and film some of that. In the meantime, look at my cornflowers. Now, I planted these because I can get dye out of them, and it's part of what I like to call my dye garden, except my dye garden is it's not separate from my vegetable garden at the moment. And then the poppies over here have absolutely taken off, but I really like them. They're the big Anzac poppies, and the bees are really liking them, and we're still in the middle of the hungry season. So the birds are winning on the strawberries and the bees are winning on the poppies, and I'm not pulling any of them out of the garden because I'm a wuss. The other ones in here growing are the calendula, but that's further along in the season before I can get the yellow and orange dye from them. But the blue does look like I should harvest it. Strawberries. There should be hundreds of strawberries. However, there's not. I do need to put a cover on these raspberries because I do not want the birds getting my birthday present. These guys started hatching in the last 24 hours. I'm going to have to get them out of the food, but look at them all. There's more under the heater and there's more outside for the chickens. These ones were just incubated. So that's the first 3 days together so far. It doesn't look so bad next to them now that I see it out of the light. The potato field? I say potato field. It's, I don't even know how many potatoes there are, but there's 8 different varieties. Something like 17 kilos of seed potato were planted. So I'm hopeful to have many potatoes. These are the ones that take the longest in the ground, and then as they get closer to the main garden, they're the ones who spend less time in the ground. And Rocky thinks he's so brave when he walks along the moat. Since I've got my tendon injury, it's been really difficult to do some gardening, and there's some things I can't do, like snip. So what I really should do is sit down and snip off all the dead heads and tidy these back up again because they've been a bit windblown. But I don't know if I physically can. That, and there's probably more important things to do, like actually weed, which should be the priority. But in the meantime, have a look at these poppies. And here the little bumblebees are having a good time. Yes, I do like the poppies.
Our hearts beat to the city streets. We began to feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just 2 hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop.
Alright, so here's the other thing that I've been working on. These are the lettuces that have come on ready now. The rocket is starting to go to seed, so I'm kind of just letting that happen and hope that I get an infinite supply of rocket. Weeding the pathway, planted some more lettuce so that I've got some when that one's finished. These are replacement butternut pumpkins because the last ones I had were eaten by slugs. Then we look here and we see that this has got a few weeds growing through it, but you may notice there's some individual corn stalks. This was fully planted, but not all of the corn came through. I think I planted it too soon. Then we had a cold snap. So between here and this one, I think you can see there's like one corn there-ish and there-ish. But other than that, ridiculous. So I've had to oversow it and put more corn in there. So I'm really not sure how that's going to go or if we're going to have corn. But to be fair, I can't eat fresh corn. It just doesn't work that well for me. So that's more corn. And then this is where we've got to over here. I have pulled out some of my Anzac poppies, which is a shame. But I need to prepare this bed for maybe peanuts. Yeah. In the meantime, I do need to dehead these carnations before I go away. I don't want to pull out all of the poppies because the bees are having a fun time. Now, my osteopath has bees, and he's been saying that he's had to feed his bees because summer hasn't come early enough. So I'm just leaving as many things to flower as I possibly can so that the bees have their best shot. And then you can see my sunflowers just starting to pop up over there, and my strawberries over the back. Still not winning with actually getting the strawberries from the birds, but oh, wait, is that right? There's a raspberry. I am going to eat this raspberry and check whether or not there's any strawberries that I can steal before the birds get to them, because I've got a long day of work and I'm going to reward myself instantly with that raspberry. Yep. Is it the best looking raspberry in the world? No, it's not aesthetically pleasing. Tastes like victory. Tastes like victory.